41, set to become an unrestricted free agent this summer, reuniting with his old pal, teammate D. Wade. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just looking to get to the Western Conference Finals. OKC put belt to backside to LA through 3 games in this series. This was the closest of the lot. LeBron fadeaway jumper has LA up 5 after 1, but they led at halftime each of the last 2 games. Start of the second quarter, A.J. Mitchell hits Alex Caruso, sparking a 17-0 Thunder run. I tell my dogs all the time, there's no reason to be afraid of the Thunder. I lie. Jared McCain, triple, has OKC up 8, and then there's your 2-time MVP, SGA, finds his spot. Thunder up 4 at the break. 5-minute mark of the third. Lakers get going on the lob to Jackson Hayes. Austin Reeves just throws it in the vicinity. Hayes has hops for days, puts Chet on a poster. Lakers within 6. And then there's LeBron from way out. Has LA within 5. And Hayes again putting on his own personal dunk contest at LA Live. He had 18 points, slams it over Holmgren again. Lakers led the last 2 games at halftime. They're up 4 heading to the fourth quarter. First time OKC's trailed in the fourth quarter this postseason. 3-point game here. Hayes with the denial. LeBron cherry picking. He went for 24 and 12. OKC needs a 20. They're down 5. But then they just showed off their enviable depth. McCain, he had 13. He's the 14th highest paid player on this roster. You know who's 15th? A.J. Mitchell. He had 26. This guy's plus 14 year over year in playoff scoring average. And oh, by the way, this is a team that won a title last year. SGA in this series hadn't gotten more than 23 points in any game. He eclipsed that by a margin here. Thunder up 4. Getting late early for LA. Rui Hachimura, terrific from deep this entire playoffs. He was 4 for 8 in this game. That's a 4-point play. 3 and 1. Made free throw, made it a 2-point game. Luka appreciates that from the bench. Marcus Smart. He's been clutch, especially in moments in that Rockets series. He had 15 points, bucket and 1, Lakers within 1. After the timeout, J.J. Redick has a marker and an idea, but nothing he can do about that kind of footwork underneath by Chet Holmgren, who had 16. Luka wanted to travel. He's not getting it. After SGA free throws, Austin Reeves, desperation heave. He had a team-high 27, needed 30. Rui Hachimura not on the floor for that play. He shot 57% from 3 in the playoffs. Reeves, a decent look. OKC breaks out the broom on the Lakers. Here's LeBron after the game.
Well, I mean, obviously it's a process. It's not about to happen right now. The process of thinking about the whole season and its brutality. I mean, and then processing it over the next, we'll say a couple of weeks, and look back on some of the things you did great, some of the things you didn't do too well, some of the things that you, wish it would have went this way. But at the end of the day, you control the controllables, and what you can't control, you don't, try to, let it affect you too much or affect you at all. So, yeah. You guys asked me about it, and I've answered questions. Yeah, I don't think I've come out like, oh, retirement is coming. So, with my future, I don't know, obviously. I mean, this is obviously we're still fresh from, obviously losing, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the future holds for me, obviously, as it stands right now tonight. I got a lot of time. I'll sit back, like I think I said it last year after we lost, I think, to Minnesota, to go back and recalibrate with my family and talk with them and spend some time with them. And then when the time comes, I obviously, you guys know what I decide to do.
This is the 4th time LeBron's been swept in his career, but this is the earliest. He had the conference finals in 2023 to the eventual champion Nuggets, the 07 finals against Spurs team. They were just overmatched. In the 2018 finals, LeBron goes for 51, 8, and 8 in game 1 of that series. Teammate forgets the score. Worth noting, LeBron is now an unrestricted free agent. So if this is it for LeBron in LA, it was a hell of a ride. When he joined the Lakers, he ranked 7th on the all-time scoring list. 12,000 points later in purple and gold. He's the all-time scoring leader, passing Kareem on that memorable night, February 2023. More than 4,000 points clear of anybody else ever. In the bubble, 2020, LeBron brought the Lakers their 17th NBA title at the time that tied the Celtics for most in league history. Also snapped a 9-year title drought for LA, their longest this century. And look, man, Father Time is and will remain undefeated, but LeBron's come as close as anybody to handing him a first L. Before Bron, there were only 5 30-point games by 40-year-olds in league history. LeBron has more than tripled that by himself with 16 this year. Danny Green, three-time champion, won one of those with LeBron. LeBron did have 24 points, 12 boards in this Game 4 loss. Danny, he says he doesn't know what's next, but he also said his proudest moment as a Laker was that title he won with you on the roster. So knowing him as you do, what do you think is next for the King?
I don't think he knows. I believe him. I think he just wants to get off his feet a little bit, relax, enjoy his family, his kids that he mentioned, golf, and then figure it out as it comes. You know, he's taking it step by step. I think he wants to be a Laker and finish his career here, but we don't know what's going to come about. You know, we don't know who's going to offer him what his farewell looks like. He doesn't know. So he's waiting to see. He's going to weigh all his options, and he's going to choose the best one for him and his family, which he's always done. So he's done a great job with this league. It means the world to the league, a lot to the Lakers organization. And I'm sure they're going to try to give him, you know, the respect and loyalty he deserves and try to offer him something on his way out. But we'll see if somebody else comes with something better.
Right, because this Lakers season ends in the conference semifinals, but as we mentioned, he is an unrestricted free agent. A lot of possibilities on the table. You know LeBron James well. You won a championship with him in 2020. If this is it for LeBron James in a Lakers uniform, how do you quantify what he's meant to this franchise?
I mean, the Lakers organization's been pretty spoiled. They've had so many greats come through this building. You know, Magics, the Kobe's, the Kareems, the Shaquille O'Neals, the list goes on. But he's meant a ton. You know, he's obviously brought them a championship. He's one of the best players to ever lace him up. So one of the best players to ever lace him up to come to his organization and turn it around when it was, I wouldn't say in the dumps, but it was definitely on the downfall. Things weren't going so great. And to be able to bring Anthony Davis here, win a championship, bring some other guys and, you know, fill the seats back up with tickets and excitement. Got Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves helped, you know, develop him. He's done a lot for this organization. But again, this organization has seen a plethora of talent come through it, but he's meant so much more to the NBA and the basketball world in general that, you know, people are going to love and support and give him the farewell he deserves.
We'll be waiting with bated breath to see what King James decides in the coming weeks. Until then, Danny Green, thanks so much for the insight. Now, the Thunder, they may be on their way to becoming a dynasty. This is their fourth sweep over the last three postseasons. That's as many as the rest of the league combined. OKC are a perfect 8-0 in these playoffs. That's the longest win streak to start a playoff run by any team since 2017. New on SportsCenter, here's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander after the win.
Shai, there's obviously going to be a lot of focus now on what's next for LeBron. For you, what was it like competing against him in a playoff series? And, you know, how much do you think he has left in the tank?
Yeah, it was fun. It's amazing what he's doing out there at this age. Yeah, it's very impressive. It's hard to put into words. He's not very old in the grand scheme of life, but for the NBA, he's pretty old. And he doesn't seem like it out there. Like, he was a force. He was the top of the scouting report all series. His size gave us issue at times. He was impressive out there. It's. I'm not sure we'll see anything like it again. His longevity and his greatness for this long. But yeah, it was super fun. Glad I got to get 4 wins, sure.
Let's get Danny Green back in here. Danny, the Thunder, close win here after a number of more comfortable wins over the Lakers. I mean, they're 8-0 in these playoffs, sweep the Lakers in 4 games. When you think over the course of the season, how close are the Thunder to playing their best basketball? And as they now enter a Western Conference Finals, where are the potential holes in what they bring to the table?
I think they're right there. They're pretty much at 95% their max potential. They're only missing one other player, but everybody around them is playing great. You got A.J. Mitchell, Isaiah Joe, Casey Wallace, Alex Caruso, Chet. They're all playing at a high level. If you get J-Dub back and him, be fully healthy, then I think they're at the sky's the limit. So they are playing unbelievable basketball right now, and these guys are incredible. They're playing, together. They're showing a lot of bonding and chemistry on and off the court. And you're getting production from so many different places. Jared McCain, a guy that you added halfway through the year, looks comfortable. So with those guys playing the way they're playing, and you add SGA, who's an MVP player, this year as well, and J-Dub, another All-Star, it's going to be a hard group to beat.
Danny Green, thanks so much as always for the insight. As we turn our attention to the Eastern Conference, Pistons coming into this one with a 2-1 series lead. The Cavaliers trying to even up things at home. And we're going to pick this one up early in the third quarter, where they really did some work here.
Yeah, that
Cavs
scoring
trailing.
run graphic on screen's a bad omen for Detroit.
Oh, yeah. You know something's coming here. Donovan Mitchell puts his head down, throws it in. Cavs swing it around. Mitchell for 3. That's a bucket. It's an 8-0 run so far. How bad could it be, right? Couple minutes later, runs up to 10-0. Mitchell, another one. 13-0 run. Next Cavs possession, Evan Mobley drives, kicks it to James Harden. The beard needs to be feared because that's a 3 right there. JB Bickerstaff not so happy. The run is at 16-0. Next Cavs possession, Mitchell dancing on Tobias Harris. Another pull-up, 18-0 run. A minute later, James Harden finds Jared Allen inside, slams it down. The toothpaste is out of the tube at this point. It is a 20-0 run. Less than a minute later, Mitchell spinning, floating, bucket. Cavs run finished at 22-0. That's the longest run to start a playoff half in the play-by-play era. And surprisingly, the Cavs were only up 13 after 3 quarters. To the fourth we go. Mitchell driving, gathering, finishing. There you go. Cavs have 17. And Detroit would try to stay in it here. A couple minutes later, Pistons still trailing big, pushing the break. Cade Cunningham, transition 3, that's good. Now it's just a 14-point game, but yeah, the wheels have fallen off already. Later in the fourth, Mitchell step back, drains the 3 over Cunningham. He had 43 points in this one. The Cavs win 112-103, and even the series at 2 apiece.
What does it mean to tie the NBA record for most points in a half?
We won the game and we're 2-2 going to Detroit. Everybody let me know that I missed a free throw to break the record, though. I will say that, but then we're 2-2 headed to Detroit. That was what we came home to do, and that's all that matters.
But the mental fortitude and the mental, it's a big game, right? Like to turn that around, like he did. It's pretty impressive, Not sure in the playoffs I've seen a turnaround like that, where a guy is struggling and just absolutely turns the switch and complete opposite of the first half.
May I remind you all that Donovan Mitchell went into the tunnel at halftime with just 4 points. 4. Then he scored 39 in the second half, which ties the NBA postseason scoring record for a half. This is the 4th 40-point playoff game in a Cavs jersey for Mitchell. Only LeBron James has more. On the other side, here's Cade Cunningham after the loss.
It's nothing to hang our head about losing the game in the NBA. It's nothing to hang our head about losing tonight. I mean, they're a good team. They handled their business. They won at home. Now we get to go back, and there's a lot to learn from tonight. There's things that we didn't see that, tonight we got an opportunity to get exposed to and learn from. So we'll come back better, and there's nothing to hang our head about. Like I said,
The Lakers have been eliminated from the postseason, falling in a sweep to the Thunder. And of course, questions raised about what is next for one LeBron James, a pending free agent. For more, we hear from his teammates, starting with Bronny James.
Do you have any sense of where his head is at going forward?
I have no clue. I'm not gonna lie to you. He looks like he can play another however many years, but he's been in the league since or longer than he's been out of the league. So it's insane. I think he should think about it and whatever he feels happy with him do that.
It's been super fun. I hope to continue to do that. He's taught me a lot. I owe him a lot for my career. Like I said, he's given me confidence every single day. After I missed the 3 to tie the game, he was walking by and he was like, hell of a shot, keep your head up. So just speaks to the character that he has, and whatever he does on the court, y'all seen it. I don't have to talk about it.
Just the longevity of what he's been able to do is incredible, and the greatest play of the game. It's something special, and like I said, I don't take it for granted. Being a part of that, and I wish we could have done more. I could have done more for him, but we came up short, but like I said, I'm just blessed to be a part of it.
He is a guy that, similar to what I said about the team collectively, it's like if you make a mistake on him, he's going to make you pay for it, and it actually helps you improve. Like you're a better team. He's like developing your team because any crack, he's going to find it. And, he's not the only player. We've played against the great players in a playoff series do that to you. They sharpen your blade. But the fact that he can do it at this stage of his career, even just the first 5 minutes of game one, was a great model for how you start a series, And so I just have the deepest respect for him, obviously. His career speaks for itself. But being up close and competing against him was a privilege. And like I said, deep respect for him and the rest of the team.
We're joined now by ESPN NBA reporter Dave McMenamin. Dave, a lot of questions about what's next for LeBron James, but not a lot of answers just yet from him or his teammates. You caught up with LeBron, though, after the game. What did you gather on what could have been his last game with the Lakers?
Yeah, Maddie, he definitely distanced himself from retirement talk. And in some sense, he also distanced himself from Laker talk. He answered a question during the press conference looking back at his Laker tenure, 8 seasons here, the longest stretch he's played with any team in his 23-year career, and talked about the pride he had winning the championship. But, this decision in some sense will be with the Lakers removed from the context here. He first has to gather and spend some time with his family and just decide for LeBron, the father, and the husband, if it's the right decision for him to return and play NBA basketball. Then the question is going to be about whether the Lakers is the right fit. And he did point out that stretch in March, even though the team went 16-2, it was the first time in his career he's ever been asked to play a tertiary offensive role, and that was new for him. And then he also got kind of excited and bubbled up when he talked about his shifting back to being the primary role and making plays in the playoffs and winning a series against the Houston Rockets. We're going to see if the Lakers are going to be interested in him returning in any type of role, what type of salary figure that will be, and where he'll fit in with the rest of the roster, because there's a handful of other guys who will also be free agents. And beyond Luka Doncic, there's a whole ton of question marks about this roster next year.
I'm going to go ahead and venture to say that we might have 1 or 2 more conversations about this topic in the coming weeks. Just maybe. But for now, Dave McMenamin, thanks so much for the insight. Let's take a look at Cavs Pistons Game 4. Donovan Mitchell came into tonight averaging 29.7 points per game in this series. But it was kind of a rough start for Mitchell in the first half. Shot 1 of 8 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, only 4 points in the first half. That's his worst career first half in the playoffs. As a Cavalier, Cavs would trail by 4 at the break. But third quarter, let's go. Mitchell heating up, drives to the rim, gets the deuce and the damage, fired up. The free throw puts the Cavs up 1. Next possession, great ball movement. Spida drains a 3. He's just getting started here. Mitchell takes the screen, pulls up Trey, another one. This man is on fire, just under 5 to go. Mitchell 19, now another one. Mean cross, tough bucket. He finishes the third with 21 points on 8 of 9 shooting, matching the Pistons for points while shooting less than half as many shots. To the fourth we go, still rolling. Mitchell with the ISO on Cade Cunningham gets a step back Trey to go. He scored 39 points in the second half. That's tied for the most in any playoff half in NBA history. He'd finished with 43 in the 112-103 victory.
Feeling around LeBron James, around the league, is that he's going to go at least 1 more season. What does LeBron want? I don't think anybody really knows.
He would have some appetizing options.
I go to Golden State and I join Steph Curry.
It makes the most sense for him to be a Laker.
You don't want to go on this big farewell tour in a Lakers uniform. Damn it, I want to see you back at the crib.
Well, this will be the topic of conversation all day Tuesday, LeBron and unrestricted free agents. Let's look back at some of his top Laker moments thus far. January 25th, 2020, LeBron passes Kobe Bryant for third on the all-time scoring list. 29-point night. Bryant was not in attendance, but did tweet LeBron congratulating him on the achievement. This all came 1 day before Kobe Bryant passed away, continuing to move the game forward at King James. Much respect to my brother. Lakers did lose the game by 17.
In the fall of 2020, the NBA bubble, LeBron would average 29 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists in the NBA Finals to give the Lakers their first championship since 2010 and winning Finals MVP in the process. The 4th ring for LeBron, the 17th for the Lakers. LeBron had a message to the NBA world postgame.
We just want our respect. Rob wants his respect. Coach Vogel wants his respect. Our organization wants their respect. Laker Nation wants their respect. And I want my damn respect too.
Hey man, you can demand respect or you can just take it. March 5th, 2022, LeBron scored 56 points against the Warriors, and this was in his 19th season. He was indiscriminate, scoring from all over the floor. 26 points at halftime, 30 in the second half. It's the second most points by a player 37 or older. Only Kobe's 60 in his final game or more, and Lakers needed all of them. They won that game by 8.
February 7th, 2023, LeBron James passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the NBA's all-time leading scorer. Final seconds of the third, LeBron knocks down a fadeaway jumper to pass Kareem. LeBron taking in the moment, his sons and Kareem cheering courtside. Take a listen to how it sounded on TNT that night.
LeBron James, a shot in history, and there it is! LeBron stands alone! The NBA's all-time scoring record now belongs to LeBron James.
LeBron and Kareem posing for a photo together at center court, remembering that historic moment, and then LeBron putting a gap between him and the field. He's up 4,000 now on everybody. October 22nd, 2024, LeBron's season debut alongside his son, Bronny James, the first father-son duo to appear together in an NBA game. LeBron, post-game, expressed what that moment meant to him.
It's one of the greatest gifts I've ever got from the man above, and I'm going to take full advantage of it.
That was early last season. This year, they're throwing alley-oops to each other. It's a regularity.
This is the longest stretch of your career that you've spent in one place. What are the moments that you carry with you as a Laker that, like, at the top of your mind right now that stand out as special things you were able to do here?
I mean, there's a lot. I mean, obviously winning the championship 2020 will stand at the top. I mean, that was the reason why I came here, to restore, you know, that level of play and restore this franchise back to what it was known for, winning championships and playing at a high level. And, you know, to be out there with that group and go out there and win a championship and us competing at a championship level was something that I kind of envisioned, and we was able to accomplish that. So that would stand at the top for sure.
LeBron, we asked you throughout the season about this team's identity. Now that we're at the end, how would you define that identity, and what did you like about it?
Well, I mean, obviously, it was so many different seasons in one season with our ball club, and obviously injuries played a big part of it. But as far as our identity, I thought we were super resilient, and whatever that happened, either if it was me at the beginning of the season, or if it was AR going down, or if it was Luka going down, or, you know, reshaping lineups and guys stepping up and playing, we stayed resilient. And you know, for our group to have the moment that we had when, you know, Luka goes down, you know, with the hamstring, and then AR goes down with the oblique, and, you know, we staring down the barrel of a playoff series, you know, versus Houston. And I thought our guys just responded and was super resilient for us to, you know, win that series was big time for the group that was possessed to go out there. So I would say resilient. I think that was the number one thing for that ball club, for our ball club this year.
If you don't know what the future holds, I guess that means inherently this could be it. Do you allow yourself to kind of those last handshakes and this last press conference? Last handshakes?
No, I don't know, because I have no idea. I mean, none of us in here know what the future holds. None of us. Nobody has any idea what the future holds, and I don't either. Like I said, I'll take time to recalibrate and, you know, look over the season and see what's best for my future. And when I get to that point, everyone will know.
So not only did the Thunder sweep the Lakers in the playoffs, they also swept them in the regular season, and most of those games were not close. Remember, in the regular season, it was an average 29-plus point per game margin. The Lakers' worst win-losses against a single opponent in a single season, yeah, they played a lot more in the 50s.